Here are some of the perfumes that I have in my home. My favorite is this one. From all these, my favorite is this one, and I have got 5, 6 more perfumes outside. But you know what? This big boy is better than all of them. Like it's in competition with this one. For me, this is best. In every video on my channel, I say something like, "Oh, I do not like watching movies," or uh, "Movies do not tempt me anymore." By saying that, what I exactly mean is like some of the time, I'm not saying all of the time, but some of the time, I guess 40-50% of times, by seeing these type of things, I trick my mind. What I mean by these sentences is this, that I do not like I'm not I'm not getting pulled and like immensely attracted by those Lamborghinis. Trust me, this is not 100% right. I want to not like, let's take a easy example. If I say, oh, like this is true. Lamborghinis, like having those Lamborghinis, those Ferraris, those Porsches, like Bugatti and whatever that may be. Having that doesn't mean that you are wealthy. Yes, having that like can mean that you are rich, but for me, being wealthy is more than being rich. Like for me, it's like 80% wealthy and 20% rich. What I mean by that is like rather than buying a Lamborghini Urus, rather than buying a Lamborghini Urus, or like rather than buying a Ferrari Roma, rather than buying a Ferrari Roma, I would rather buy a asset, a piece of real estate, or like a genuine asset. If Ferrari Roma is an asset, is Ferrari Roma an asset? I don't know, but just like you're getting my point. What I mean by these sentences is this, that I do not like I'm not I'm not getting pulled and like immensely attracted by those Lamborghinis. Trust me, this is not 100% right. I want to not like, let's take a easy example. Whenever I say something like, "Oh, I don't like this," "Oh, I'm not this kind of," whenever I say whenever I say something like, "Oh, I do not like these kind of things," "Oh, I'm not this kind of guy," trust me, I'm just tricking my mind. I'm not saying all of the times, but most of the times. Like I remember in one of my last videos, like one of my latest video, I guess one of the latest video, I said that, "Oh, I do not like watching movies," or "Watching movies do not tempt me." Like do not like I'm not getting attracted by watching. I'm not getting lured by watching movies, and I especially focus on that. I think so. I made a thumbnail or a title related to that. But anyways, what I mean by that is this comprises of two motives. The motive which is in majority, 80%, is that like the first minority which is in 20% is that not 20% but 49% is that I genuinely don't like watching movies, because they are like almost all of those have, like all of them have same backstory, same baseline, same backbone, and same negativity. But but the majority of the part is 51%, and that is I'm just tricking my brain. I'm tricking my brain to not get lured by watching movies, cause like what I like How can I say this so confidently? Is because last week, a movie was playing in my home on TV, and that movie like genuinely was pure negativity, like just pure negativity. And I was just passing by through it, like I was just passing by, and I hear some of those sentences, some of those dialogues of the main actor, and I was like, good, nice one. And then I decided, okay, why don't just stand a minute and look at. I genuinely stood there for a minute, like, or even less. I saw it. There was a guy killing someone. Like they were two, like they were a ghost killing a family. Isn't that a pure negativity? Isn't that some pure negativity? I was like, why I stopped, and I just came back in. So those kind of movies, I genuinely don't like watching movies. But I remember last week we watched a movie named Chava. Listen, that name of that movie is a little awkward. I accept that, but that movie is so epic movie. That's, I guess, that movie comes in top three movies I have ever watched. Like that movie is so lovely, like inspirational. That movie is one of those movies from which I get inspired, and I recommend all of you guys to watch that. But anyways, back to the point. I like watching those kind of movies, but when I said that sentence in one of my latest video, I was tricking my brain to not even watch those kind of movies. And the why I watched that movie in the last week, I was genuinely like I was lured by it, but I was not watching it. I had my consciousness. But why I watched that movie? Because I was physically forced to. Anyways, my point is, if you want some characteristic in your, like, if you want some characteristics in yourself, if you want some rules that some if you want some rules your brain to follow, and you have tried it the normal way, then I genuinely think you should try tricking your brain, because I'm yet to see a case in which this doesn't work. I've seen two three guys genuinely one, and it worked in his case. I decided, okay, like, what's wrong? Like, just forgot it. I saw this in like in a guy's story, very successful person. You probably know him. It worked for him, and out of the blue, I didn't remember that. Like, I didn't remember that. I was just trying to say I want this. So as a affirmation work, let me just let me just speak through my mouth. Three, let me just speak it through my mouth to uh like to my videos, so that you can also know which characteristic is important. And I say that once, twice, thrice, many times, and my brain started to accept it. And I'm not a single person lewd. Like, not a, like 90% of my brain is not lewd by any movie, like any movie, and 10% of the brain is like lewd by those aspirational movies. But you are getting my point. If you want something your brain to accept, then just trick your brain. I don't know about you, I trick my brain a lot. Even like in any of the upcoming videos, any of videos in any year, any month, uh, you can find me saying something, and some of the times that would be just like that like that will be nothing, just me tricking my brain. So hope you got the point. And tricking my like I trick my brain, and that works for me. That genuinely works for me. So, have a great day.